Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's workshop from the Zoomed Technology series. My name is Barbara Chesakova, and I will be hosting today webinars such as I was hosting the previous two. I really hope I can see some people joining, so I hope everything is okay. And I would like to know if some of you have seen the previous webinars. You can let me know by giving a thumbs up, a like, to an announcement in the Q&A section that you can find on the right side of your screen. So if it's not the first time for you with Zoomed Technology webinar this year, please let me know. And let me get to the topics ahead of us. As I've already asked you, there were two previous webinars. If you missed them, no need to worry, no need to be sad. You can go to our website, zoomedtechnology.com, and you can watch both of the webinars recorded on that website or on our YouTube channel. That was two topics that were talking about renewable resources and about ecology in the more conventional sources of energy. On the web page, you can also find the topics of the next four webinars. Two of them follows today's topic and continue to talk a little bit more about our platform Simonet. And the last two webinars talk about topics that are connected with safety and security, and it talks about our experience in healthcare and in the medical field, and also about our competencies for nuclear power engineering. So if you are interested in any of these topics, do not hesitate to go to the webpage zoomedtechnology.com and register if you already didn't. But that was about the topics. Let's get to what you can expect today. Again, we have two parts of our webinar. For the second part, we would like to get your questions. So as I already mentioned, the Q&A part, don't hesitate to go there. And even during my speech or the speeches of my colleagues, you can ask us questions. I will publish them. You can give likes to the questions of others. And in the second part of the webinars, there will be plenty of time for our speakers to answer any question. So whatever catches your eye, don't hesitate to tell us your thoughts or give us your questions. But to get to today's topic. Today's topic will be more of a journey, because energy has a long way to go from the power plant to the end customer. And how long the journey will take and how effective it will be depends on many factors, such as fast malfunctioning detection or prediction the future behavior of the transmission grid. And the better the data and the analysis, the shorter and more effective journey you get. Our company has 60 years of experience in controlling power plants and other sources of energy. Well, that's well known. But controlling transmission grids or gas pipelines or substation isn't new to us either. And with the fast development of IoT technologies, IoT servers, IoT sensors, IoT networks, we could move all the way to distribution grids and to the end customers, and that all thanks to our platform Simonet. But it is not my job to take you on this journey. So whose job is it? You might remember my colleague Martin Hamáček from the first webinar. He will be here with us today again, and he will be talking about energy storage. And to accompany him, we have a project manager, Jiří Peroutka, and his job will be to tell you more about data collection and visualization. Jirka, I have a feeling you have more than one point of view you would like to discuss. So here you go. Can you tell our viewers what point of view you would like to point?
Hello, everybody. You are absolutely right, but nevertheless, I tell you how to energy flows to the final destination and how we measure it and control it. I would like to discuss my topic from different points of views. I would like to tell you about three aspects which I consider as important. It's environmental, globalization, and miracles. Maybe right now you don't see any connection to my topic or even to our company, but let me continue and you will see. As I am environmental kind of person, I do care about the place where I live and where my children will live. Thus, I would like to start this presentation with a general overview where we are and what we can do to make our planet better. Every moment in business happens only once. The next Bill Gates will not build an operating system. The next Larry Page won't make a search engine, and next Mark Zuckerberg won't create a social network. If you are copying these guys, you are not learning from them. Of course, it's easier to copy a model than to make something new. But unless the companies invest into the difficult task of creating new things, they will fail in the future, no matter how big they are and what their profit is. This would be depressing but crucial fact. Humans are distinguished from other species by our ability to work miracles. We call these miracles technology. Technology is miraculous because it allows us to do more with less. No one can predict future exactly, but we know two things. It's going to be different and it must be rooted in today's world. China is paradigmatic example for globalization, but China is mostly copying and sizing everything which has worked. But this is not a good way to go. If you triple the size of car, you won't get a track. You will just get a big, weird car. Without the technological change, if China double its energy production into the next 2 decades, which is their goal, it will also double its air pollution. If every one of hundreds of millions of India's people live the same way as Americans already do, using only today's technologies, it will result in environmental catastrophes. Globalization without new technology is unsustainable. New technology has never been an automatic feature of our history. Today's challenge is to both imagine and create new technologies which can make 21st century a better place to live. And this is what we do. We create our future. We build tools which allow us to do more with less. We create such a wonderful tool as a Simonet, which collects data for multiple kinds of sensors, no matter whether it's wire or wireless. And the system shows the current trends, and based on this information, control and adjust other parts of the whole system. This results in saving your time, energy, and cost. So, simply by using our tool, you will have time and budget to invest and improve your business. Part of this webinar, you will hear Martin. He will tell you about ways how to store energy. But this is not only way to go. And the European Union knows that. They passed a law that every electrometer has to send data to the electrical market operator. And based on this data, they can predict the curve of the electrical consumption and control the whole chain of supply. And this is what our other system from our product family basically do. It collects data for multiple electrometers, reports its results, show trends, report failures, and automatically count alternative values. And now, let me jump back to my previous part of presentation, where I spoke about the future disaster. Do you remember the presentation of all of my colleagues? Every one of them spoke about the ways how to solve problems, how to use sustainable and renewable resources, how to increase efficiency, how to decrease pollution, and every part of this technology is small miracle. I believe that every of these miracles will help us to build a better future. Now, I would like to ask Martin to tell us something about the ways how to store energy. Martin?
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon for all of you, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching us. Let me briefly introduce the way how do we manage the electricity. In our previous webinars, you could see how do we deal with the power generation. There is another industry which is focused on the storing this electricity, this power, and this energy, especially for those power resources which does not have such a stable output, like, for example, the nuclear power plants. So let me take you through some examples of technologies. How do we store the energy and how do we deal with that? The first and the most common way of storing the energy in terms of the volume is the water pumping stations, which are widely used all around the world, and the total capacity installed is available in these power plants is exceeding 100 gigawatts. This is one of the oldest applications we know, and it allows us to store the largest amount of the energy. However, this type of power plants are very demanding in terms of the location, so they cannot be simply built anywhere. For another way how to store the energy, we are talking about the storing the thermal energy. This is one of the very developing and very promising industries and the methods of storing the energy. The most known is in connection with the solar power plant, where the heat from the sun is concentrated to a certain point and used to melt the salts. So that's how the energy is stored, and the heat transformed into the melting the salt is later used for generation of the steam and turning the turbine. The advantage of this technology is that we can use it even when the sun is not shining directly on the power plant. This method is not limited for its use just for the solar power plant, but we can see the development in other parts of energy production industries where the storing the energy into the thermal power is developing and promising. Very promising technology these days is accumulation of the energy to the supercritical CO2. And I'm proud to say that in Czech Republic we do have the research facility, which is considered to be one of the leaders on the world. It's the Center of Research in Rzeszów, and the results they are getting from the development are promising and suggesting that this technology may expand even the classical and traditional sources of the energy, increase in their efficiency. Another application for the storing the energy, and in this case we are talking about electrical energy, is the batteries application. This is rapidly developing industry, and it is surprising that within just a few years we got the world capacity of stored energy from 0 to nearly 3 gigawatts, which is approximately 3% of capacity stored in the pumped storage hydropower plants, but we got this capacity just within few years. This technology is familiar to us. We already have delivered solutions for this type of the power storage. So let me briefly inform you about one of these examples. In 2019, we delivered the superior control solution for the battery storage with capacity of 4 megawatts for company C Energy in Planá nad Lužnicí, which is Czech town. This solution is located outdoors in 3 containers and has the guaranteed lifespan for next 10 years. With our superior control, we brought a number of functionalities for the energy resource of the C Energy company. Especially, we have increased the flexibility, which led to the further strengthening the ability to ensure favorable prices for the customers of this company. The uniqueness of this battery storage is mainly in its connection next to the power generation source, where at a relatively low capacity of the battery, we provide the high performance and effectively optimize the coverage of a peak consumption of C Energy customers and provide the power balance services. Our superior control system provides the control of the system services such as primary regulation, minute reserves, secondary regulation, PQ regulation, island operation of C Energy, black start, filtering of the harmonic frequencies in the network, voltage regulation, etc. The battery is charged both from the generators and from photovoltaic power plant with output about 520 kilowatts. Further, there is another application which may be very promising in near future, especially for Europe, and it's using of underground gas storage. That is also experienced with this type of technology. We delivered our more than 50 control stations of our Sandra Z210 system for underground storage in Stramberg, which is a city in Czech Republic. The capacity of this underground storage is 480 millions of cubic meters of gas, which is equal to almost 200,000 swimming pools of Olympic size, just for your reference. With this control station, we control the complete process of the storing the gas, of manipulation with it, and for example, the cleaning before it's transferred back to the customer. Why is this method of the storing the energy perspective is especially considerable in terms of the conditions of the Green Deal for the Europe commitment, which assumes to achieve the carbon neutrality of the EU before 2050. One of the methods how to achieve that and how to support this is to generate the hydrogen, especially from the renewable resources, and mix it together with the gas, which this type of the storing facility allows to store it safely. Hydrogen later can be used either for the direct power generation, electricity, I mean, or it can be transferred and used, for example, for the automotive, for another industries which are considered to be hard to decarbonize, such as cement plant, heavy industries, etc. So that's all from my side, and let's now take a look how does it look from the storage and from the power resource on the way to Castella.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Jirka, for talking about the first part of the journey. If you have any questions about both of these topics that my colleagues were discussing, do not hesitate to ask us in the Q&A section that you can find on the right side of your window. We cannot wait for any questions you might have, for any insight you might want to share with us. So don't be afraid, just write anything that pops into your mind and we will be more than happy to answer you. And before you do, let's get a little bit more practical. I was talking about the platform Simonet at the beginning. Jirka, can you zoom a little bit more into it and maybe show us some demonstration?
For sure, no problem. In this technical part, I would like to continue in our journey, which has started in controlling of multiple sources of energy. Now we move to the next part, which is transfer to the final destination and how we collect important data, which could, for instance, prevent future failure. Or I even start with practical presentation of tools previously mentioned. I would like to show you some interesting numbers. Please take a look. In these distribution networks, there are multiple kinds of places where we measure important values. It could be exchanger, regulation station, transfer station, or, as Martin already said, underground reservoir storages. This would sound crazy, but it's fact. In many cases, we have only tools for measurement, but not for transfer of this value. A lot of these stations do not have even any power supply. So, companies which take care about these distribution networks has to manually check the condition and status. It's hundreds of thousands of kilometers. And I know it's incredible. We are living in 21st century, but in some cases we are stuck in past. Now I would like to tell you about the tool which can help you to solve these problems. 5 years ago, we searched for a platform which could help our customers with collecting data from above mentioned places and decision making. We didn't find any which suits our customers' needs. So we decided to create our own tool. Now, 5 years later, we have a powerful tool. You don't need to change your technology. Our tools simply make your technology clever. We are proud to say that Simonet is our in-house solution. By using this tool, you will have the information for decision making, view your information in wider context, find opportunities for saving, wireless communication, simple expansion of current sensors. The system is able to analyze measure data, send notification and alerts, look for relation between values, detect potential losses, etc. Now, I would like to ask Barbara to start the presentation. Can you confirm it, please?
Yes, you are ready.
Okay, thank you. So now you see the Simonet web page. Let me sign in. Nevertheless, I would like to recommend you to check this site, and where you have all information on one place. Okay. Before I even start with the demonstration of Simonet, I would like to mention that we have permission of 2 of our clients to demonstrate their data. In this place, I would like to mention as well that you will see the real-time data from real projects. I will start our journey with Innogy. Let me jump to the map section. Innogy use our solution here in Náchod. Okay. Each of these green pins, now you see it, each of these green pins represents one measure point. In this case, it's endpoint of heat pipes, but it could be practically everything: water meter, electrometer, regulation station, etc. This screen is used by operator. In past, this operator has to manually check these endpoints and read out data. He had almost no clue what is the status of each point or find even potential losses. Imagine that such points are around the whole Czech Republic or the whole Europe. Again, it's thousands of kilometers. Now the operator has all important data, important values available simply on one click. Nevertheless, if he needs more information regarding each measured point, he can simply jump in. In this dashboard section, the operator has access to all measured values. If he needs any specific detail, he can jump in. Here you can see that we measure energy, flows, power, or for instance, temperature. If he is interested in temperature, for instance, he can check, for instance, 1 week period, see what is the lowest value, what's the highest value, median. If he, for instance, knows that this line shouldn't cross the 100 degrees, he can set the limit to 90, and system will automatically notify him about this in this notification center or via email, or even it can send notification to your smartwatch. Our other customer used the Simonet solution as well. It's here, it's GasNet. He used this solution for anti-corrosion protection. So again, I can show you the map. Here, close Brno. And again, you can imagine these points could be whatever. And in past, they had to read out this data manually. Now, again, simply on one click, he knows what's the temperature, what's the other important values which he needs to know when he control and take care. This shouldn't be a training course. If you are interested in this topic, you can check our website, as I previously mentioned, simonet.eu, where you have all important information on one place. This topic should be, of course, discussed later, and it would be discussed in the next webinars as well. So, if you are interested in this topic, feel free to ask me any question. Barbara, that's all from my presentation.
Thank you, Jiří, for your demonstration. I hope all of your viewers enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, now it's the right time to ask them, because we are getting to the second part of today's webinar that will be dedicated to these questions. We already have some here ready. You can also give thumbs up or likes to the question that you would like to hear answered the most. So if you don't have any question in specific, you can just give your likes to the ones you prefer. So now you will have some time to ask them, and in the meantime we can start with the questions that are already here. So let's stay with Simonet for a little while. Jirka, you were showing a web situated solution. One of our viewers would like to know if we also offer on-premise solution as well. So can you answer him, please?
For sure, perfect question. Simonet was built on cloud architecture. We decided to use Firebase, which is Google's technology, for several reasons. Google is a well-known company which can ensure perfect security, high performance and availability, and all necessary certificates. Nevertheless, we understand that this solution doesn't fit to all of our customers. So we decided to offer on-premise solution as well. Right now, we are working on this function, and we are going to launch it during this year. If you are interested in this topic and how we solve this problem, please ask us. Hope this is sufficient, Barbara.
Thank you, Jirka. If it wasn't sufficient for any of our viewers, you can ask a follow-up question, or as Jirka said, you could watch the next two webinars that will be dedicated to Simonet. You can ask another of my colleagues introducing another features of Simonet, anything more specific, or you could go to our LinkedIn or to our website, and you can contact us directly if you would like to know more, as Jirka said. So to get to the next question, it already has a like, so let's start with that one. Do we think that biogas has still a future, or will there be just batteries and battery storage everywhere? Martin, I think this is a perfect question for you. Can you answer it to our viewers, please?
Thank you. Thank you for this question. We have to understand that the biogas and the batteries are different type of technologies. The biogas is the power source, where the battery is a power storage facility. So we can expect the development of a both as long as there will be economical sense of operating them. And regarding the storing of the energy, the batteries will not be the only the method of how to store the energy. I mentioned a few others, and there will be also another applications using, for example, gravity, like the weights and the cranes. So definitely the storing the energy is one of the very important industries, and will bring us a new technologies in the near future, as I believe.
Thank you, Martin. Again, if you would like to know more, don't hesitate to ask follow-up questions. We still have some time to answer anything you are interested in. So if you want to hear something more, something else, just write it in the Q&A part. let's get to the next question. One of our viewers would like to know if we are able to communicate with older technology. Jirka, how does Simonet work with older technologies?
Okay, so the simply and the quickest answer is yes, we can communicate with older technology and make it clever. Of course, it's easier way to change old devices for new ones, which already includes and support IoT technology. Nevertheless, we fully understand that this is not ideal solution, and in some cases it's really expensive to change everything, and in many cases the expenses would overcome the benefits. Therefore, our solution is fully flexible and we are able to communicate with almost all types of all devices. So simply by using Simonet, you can make your old device clever. We are even able to communicate both solutions, so new devices and old ones. Therefore, we are able to measure not only electrical type of meters, but gas meters, calorimeters, water meters, etc.
Thank you, Jirka. So we have one more question here ready. So unless any one of you has something more they would like to ask and would write it in the Q&A section, it will be the last question of today's webinar. It's again concerning Simonet. Jirka, which networks we use in our IoT solutions?
Okay, I am happy that Simonet is in course. As I previously mentioned, in past we searched for ideal solution. We experiment with all common IoT networks which are available here in Czech Republic. It's LoRa, Sigfox and narrowband. Each one has its particular specification, advantages and disadvantages. Now we can say that our Simonet platform can be connected to all above mentioned networks. So, but we always configure the specification to all circumstances. These circumstances could be amount of data, location, number of measured points, etc. We always find the ideal solution for our clients. Hope you are satisfied with answer. Barbara, any other question?
Thank you. I'm satisfied. I hope our viewers are as well, because no one is asking anything more right now. So if you think of anything later after this webinar, you can still contact us, as I said, either on our social networks or on our website. So that was all from today. I hope you enjoyed the ride from the beginning to the end, the journey with the energy from its source to the end customers, and all the steps that we showed you how you can improve and what can our platforms and our solution offer for each of these steps. Right now, it's the time to invite you to a follow-up webinar that will be again talking about our platform Simonet. It's called From the Technician to the Manager, thanks to clearly visualized data, and it will give you more insight about the possible benefits that might Simonet and its visualization bring to your everyday life. So if you are interested to know bit more about that, don't hesitate and register to this webinar or to the ones after that. I will be hosting them again, so I cannot wait to see you again. Until then, have a nice afternoon and enjoy the rest of Zoom Technology series. Bye.